What would you do if two people claimed to be your child's mother, and there was no way to prove the truth? No witnesses, no evidence, just tears, desperation, and one impossible decision. This is the legendary story of a king whose wisdom stunned the world, and whose judgment would forever define what true justice looks like. Do you think you would have known who the real mother was? Drop a thought bubble in the comments before you reach the twist, and see if your instincts match King Solomon's. Share this with someone who loves ancient stories or powerful moments of truth. King Solomon was no ordinary ruler. He wasn't just born into royalty, he was born into destiny. As the son of King David, the giant slayer and the poet-warrior of Israel, Solomon inherited not just a crown, but the weight of a nation's hopes. When he ascended the throne as Israel's second king, the kingdom held its breath. What kind of ruler would he be? Solomon prayed not for riches, not for conquest, but for wisdom. And according to legend, God granted it in abundance, so much so that no man before or after would rival his insight. His mind became a flame of reason and justice. His court, a place where truth triumphed and lies crumbled. One day, a case was brought before Solomon that would test the very limits of human judgment. Two women entered the royal court, ordinary women, peasants by their dress, with eyes clouded by sorrow. But what followed would become one of the most famous trials in human history. One of the women stepped forward, tears carving lines down her dust-covered cheeks. Her voice trembled with emotion. "My lord," she began, "we live in the same house. We both gave birth to sons only days apart. But one night, she pointed to the other woman, rolled over her child while sleeping. He died, and while I slept, she took my living son and placed her dead one beside me. In the morning I saw that the baby was not mine." The other woman's face twisted with rage. "She lies," she shouted. "The living child is mine. Her baby died, not mine." The courtroom grew quiet. Servants, guards, and officials held their breath. This wasn't a case of contracts or crops. This was a question of life, of motherhood, of truth. And there was no evidence, no witnesses, just two desperate women and one crying child. Solomon sat silently. His eyes, calm but piercing, moved from one woman to the other. Time slowed. He seemed to listen not just to their words, but to the air around them, to the invisible tension that filled the space between the mother and the impostor. Then, with terrifying calm, Solomon raised his hand. "Bring me a sword," he said. Gasps echoed across the hall. A guard stepped forward, hesitant but obeying. He unsheathed his blade and held it high, its